Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
I'm messed up, growing tired of knots, tangled up in problems, and not caring enough. Now I'm on a journey to find what's right, always telling the truth, but hiding all the lies. And don't go thinking I'm being myself. I just act this way around you, and there's someone else. This isn't where I wanna be. Let's look in the kitchen and the living room. Nothing to find but what's left from a really great time that wasn't any of mine. Running away feels like a storm. Let's throw our problems out the door today. Well, finding things clear to me. And don't go thinking I'm being myself. I got other things on my mind, not you or anyone else. This isn't where I wanna be. Whoa, make me see the things on the inside. 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 Don't go thinking I'm being myself. I just act this way around you, and to someone else. This isn't where I wanna be. Whoa,
She asked me maybe if I could share her sorrow for all the men that tried to treat her wrong. You're just a baby awaiting her tomorrow. It's rock me baby all night long. She needs an answer to her confusion, someone to guide her with tenderness. But when she's asking for a solution, oh, she gets, you know, it's something like this. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we're going to, but if all this should have a reason, we would be the last to know. So let's just hope there is a promised land. Hang on till then, as best as we can. Everybody else, you know, it fills her with compassion. That's why she tries to save the world alone. She helps the needy in her own fashion and tries to give them all her own. She needs an answer to her confusion, someone to guide her with tenderness. But when she's asking for a solution, oh, she gets, you know, it's something like this. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we're going to, but if all this should have a reason, we would be the last to know. So let's just hope there is a promised land. Hang on till then, as best as we can.
All I want is to be loved. All I want is you. All I want is to be from somewhere, an address for me and you. Sometimes it feels impossible to get along. It feels impossible to get along. Again, I'm living with my hand. Again, I'm feeling blue. Again, you've made me question our love. Again, with you, sometimes it feels impossible to get along. Yeah, it feels impossible to get along. Sometimes it feels impossible. So now I sit alone in silence, waiting to hear from you. I pray there's something left inside us. If it's broken, I've got some glue. I'll fix it all for you. Fix it all for you. I'll fix it all for you. I'll fix it all for you. It all for you. But it feels impossible to.
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. I am your host, Jeff Escow. We got a slammin' jammin' show for you guys today. Jam-packed show. We're going to have a lot of fun here on Sports World Radio today. You're listening to Sports World Radio on SportsWorldRadio.com. Also over at HonestAnswerRadio.com, as well as Spreaker.com. And don't forget to sign up for our iTunes channel. That's right. Subscribe to our iTunes channel over there on iTunes, Sports World Radio, all one word, and never miss an episode of Sports World Radio. Also, follow us on Twitter over there at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. No O in world over there on Twitter. Just Sports World Radio without the O in world over there on Twitter. And also like us on our Facebook page over there on Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. With all that crap out the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in the co-host of Sports World Radio, our good friend, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, pal?
Hey, man, it's going great, Jeff. You know, it's hard to believe. I kind of missed you, man. We haven't done a show in a while. It seems like we've been really busy, you and I, but it is great. It is Super Bowl weekend. It is Friday, January 31st, 2014. We, of course, will save the NFL for tomorrow because that's our NFL Real Talk. We have so much to get to there, so I'm leaving out NFL for today. Doing good. It is a sunny day, but we got a lot of snow right now.
Got a lot of snow up there, hey, buddy?
Yeah.
Ha ha. That's what you get for living where you live. You know that, right?
Right.
Hey, we actually got rain last night. How about that? First time it rained in days here, man. Months. It's nice. It's nice. So GF6 is already making his pick for the big game. We'll make our picks tomorrow on our NFL Real Talk, 7 p.m. on the West, 10 p.m. on the East. Tomorrow night, our NFL Real Talk. Join us. All right. So what do you say we start the first topic of the day, my friend? In fact, you know something? I'm gonna throw something at you.
Oh, here we go.
I have something I want to throw at you. It's really quick. It's something that you would probably never ever think throw you. How about that for a little? How about that for a little lead-in? Okay. In fact, I probably never ever bring it up unless there was somebody here that talked about this thing. And I kind of. He hasn't been on the show in quite a while. We got to get him back on the show to talk about. In NHL, Okay. Can you believe I'm starting off in the NHL?
I can't believe it, but we have to try to keep NFL away. So, yeah, fire away, man.
In the NHL, the Phoenix Coyotes will become the Arizona Coyotes starting in the 2014-2015 season. They're changing their freaking name.
That is something I was not aware of. Apparently, if we had our hockey expert Ron Gallo here, he would have a different perspective about it. I mean, actually, he did the same thing as you.
Exactly. I'm kind of shocked. This car, yeah. Sean, if I see, I lived in Kansas City for a couple years. I seen snow. That's why I went to California. What are you, crazy? It's cold. Yeah, so the Phoenix Coyotes will be changing their name to the Arizona Coyotes next year. You know, and it makes sense because they don't play in Phoenix anymore. They play in Glendale, which is a suburb of Phoenix. But Phoenix is kind of in Arizona, so the uniforms will stay the same. But they're gonna have it. Yeah, they'll have a new patch on both of their home and road jerseys. But it's gonna be the Arizona
That's kind of amazing
Cardinals.
when you think about it. That they're, considering that they changed it and they got it all taken care of. I don't think anybody expected that. To be honest with you.
I didn't. I perused around the internet late at night because, 3-4 in the morning, all the articles have been written for the day for me. And I can go read a whole bunch of articles, like an hour and a half, read them all. So I read a lot of articles from 2 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the morning because they're all written, they're all done, all taken care of. I can freaking go through a bunch of them and then just decide which ones I want to not. And this is the one I decided to keep, and I wish Gallo was around, SportsWorldRadio guru, to talk some hockey. That's pretty wacky, huh? That they're changing the name. Yeah,
pretty wacky. I would have heard like the hockey season got over with. We're just a few weeks away from the 2014 Olympics in Russia.
And hockey so the hockey the Olympics do since they.
I believe they are going to be doing the All-Star game. Usually, since it's Super Bowl weekend, they usually have, Jeff, the NBA All-Star game. It's like I think it's like 2 weeks.
I'm talking about
3 weeks, I think is when it is.
I'm talking about the NHL All-Star game.
Oh, the NHL All-Star game? I don't know. I think it's usually January. I'd have to ask Ron about that too. I'd have to Facebook Messenger him.
Okay, I said since the Olympics are this year and hockey is taking a break and all the players are going to play in the Olympics, are they having their All-Star break this year?
Don't know.
And then you said, oh, the NBA is having. I wasn't talking NBA. That just proves to me you are not listening. You need to listen and pay attention. You got me? I'm getting sick and tired of it. You got me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. Now, I know because that's a big break. If they're doing their All-Star break and they're doing their Olympic break, that's a lot. That's a big break, especially for the players who aren't playing in the All-Star or in the Olympics, right?
Yeah, but I think the NHL All-Star game would be in late January. I don't see. I'm not sure if they play it during the Olympics. I don't know.
Where is our good friend, freaking Mr. Hockey Guru?
That's what I was saying. We'd have to ask Ron about that.
All-Star. Thank you, Thank you, Wes. See, there's one of our hockey guys right there, Mr. Wes. No All-Star game this year because of the Olympics. See that's the right thing to do. So all the guys who aren't playing in the Olympics gets a nice long break. What do they get? 2 weeks off?
I believe it's 2 weeks. Yes.
That's a long break, isn't it? How do you stay in gain shape for 2 weeks when you're not playing?
Work out, practice.
That seems to be a pain in the ass, doesn't it? Because your whole routine gets broken for 2 weeks, doesn't it?
It does. Then it takes a while to get back in shape and get back and start the really like the second half of the hockey season and stuff. So that's probably the reason why they didn't have an NHL All-Star game. Yeah, 2 weeks off, but it will be very fun. That's what. Thank you, Wes.
See, you know what? I disagree with.
You gonna go for Gary Bettman there, Jeff?
Yeah, I disagree. But I want, Wes, how many players are playing from each team? Not many, right? There's 12, 15 players on the squad, right, Sean?
I think so, 12 or 15 to be exact.
Oh, for the rest of the NHL, for the 800 other players that are playing in the NHL is closer to. That's not right, man. The NHL should keep going. Just because those players are playing in the freaking Olympics, the NHL shouldn't stop. What do you think about that, Sean? You think the NHL should stop? And all those 800 players who are, or whatever the number is, that are not playing in the Olympics, have to sit around and wait for the Olympics to be over before they can continue the season. Ridiculous. They should keep the season going. Every team, mostly every team in the NHL will be affected by it, so it's pretty much fair across the board. I'm sure there's some teams in the NHL that aren't going to be affected by it, that are ready to, they should. Gary Bettman should keep. Listen, it's bad enough that your ratings stink on TV, that you're shutting down for 2 weeks, and then you got to restart back up. What other professional sport does that?
I don't know.
What other professional sport shuts down for 2 weeks in the middle of their season? That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Gary Bettman, your freaking NHL ratings and suck to begin with. Now you're shutting down for 2 weeks? No. I don't care that all the greats are playing in the Olympics. What about all the non-greats that aren't playing at all? That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. The season, I can guarantee you, if basketball was in the Winter Olympics, David Stern would not shut the season down. Well, now it's not David Stern no more. It's Adam Silver, isn't it? Starting when? Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I was just looking at when the NHL resumes. It will resume on February 26th. The season where we go to break ends a week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow, so February 8th.
Yeah.
The Olympics start on the 6th. Season stops on February 8th. And when does the season start again?
The season resumes on February 26th, which is a Wednesday.
Okay. Say that again to me. February 26th. The Olympics starts on the 6th. The season ends on the 8th, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the 8th. That's 1, 2. That's more than 2 weeks, man. 14, 15, 16, 17. It's 18 days.
Yep.
The NHL is off. That's ridiculous. You know that, right?
Yep.
The season should continue. Just because all the greats are playing don't mean crap. The season should continue. What about all the other people? You know what, though? Hey, the players that aren't playing in the Olympics are sitting home and freaking practicing and trying to stay in shape. are still being paid, right?
Hmm?
For not playing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess so. Hey, listen, come on, family. We got a couple of weeks off. Let's go on vacation. How many of the players are going to go on vacation with their families? How many players that aren't playing in the Olympics will be at the Olympics to watch?
No.
Players won't practice and be at the show when the season comes back. It's a bunch of bull hockey. That's what it is. Bull hockey. What a moron. Freaking believable. I just don't get it, Sean. I just don't freaking get it. Where's my hockey guru? God damn it. Got to get that son of a whacker in here. Got to get that son of a whacker in here so we can talk to him about it. That's what I do. Okay. So my topic I threw out there. We went a little crazy with it. What do you got now?
As you all know, since today is Friday, January 31st, today is the final day of David Stern being the NBA commissioner. Adam Silver will take over tomorrow for David Stern as the new NBA commissioner.
How about that? You like that?
I do like it, and the NBA has made progress with the NBA Finals format, going to the 2-2-1-1-1 format.
Well, he changed it when he first came in. Now he's fixing it before he goes up.
Yeah, that was in the 85 to 2. I'm glad somebody is obviously hearing us. Tatum, the NBA's depth commissioner.
It's easy for you to say. Hey, they came over for the NBA All-Star game.
So, best of luck to David Stern and the NBA All-Star game. A few weeks away. My apologies for the little listening mishap there. Sorry about that.
NBA All-Star. Hey, let me ask you a question. Are you happy with the way it came out, the Eastern Conference? We'll start off there because I know you're an East guy.
Yeah, I'm fine with the way it came out.
Yeah, I mean, Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade are your starters for the East.
Well, nothing would surprise me because we obviously knew that was probably going to be the lineup that was going to come out of the Eastern Conference. And you knew that the big three of Miami was going to be there. And then your reserves, you got Chris Bosh, DeMar
DeRozan, DeRozan, Paul George, Roy Hibbert, Joe Johnson, Paul Millsap, and John Wall. And John Wall, Paul Millsap, and DeMar DeRozan are first-timers.
Yeah.
Are first-timers in the selection there. It's not a bad freaking East. I mean, you got the three, Bosh, Wade, and James. Okay. Carmelo is there. Joe Johnson shoots lights out. Kyrie Irving, not a bad point guard. Roy Hibbert, come on. Hello. And Paul George, he shoots lights out. That's not a bad team. Not a bad team at all.
No, not a bad team at all. It should be a great NBA All-Star game as usual. In the Western Conference, Kobe Bryant is making his return to go to the NBA All-Star.
I don't think he's going to play in that game.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he's going to play in that game, but he did get selected to be a starter along with Kevin Durant and Kevin Love, which is kind of nice, Blake Griffin, and Stephen Curry. And Stephen Curry, this is his first time selected to the All-Star game, and he's a starter. Not bad. Not bad at all. With and Damian Lillard, another first-time selection. And we talked to the play-by-play announcer for the Portland Trailblazers about Damian Lillard. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so we've talked to,
Brian Wheeler?
Brian Wheeler, thank you. Brian Wheeler, play-by-play announcer. We've had him on the show, talked about Damian Lillard. So it's nice to see that he gets a selection. I'm working on trying to get him on the show again. It might be perfect during All-Star Weekend because they're not playing, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get Brian Wheeler on the show again to give us some insights on the Portland Trailblazers. I'm working on it. Dirk Nowitzki there, 12 years, 12-year selection All-Star.
I would say he deserves it. Dirk Nowitzki has been a great basketball player. He's a great shooter. A lot of people compare him kind of to Larry Bird and stuff, but he's great, and I think it was a good choice to put him back in there. And Dallas is having a pretty good season. He's trying to stay in there and get that ace spot wrapped up.
Hey, you know who didn't make the team?
Who?
Duncan.
Oh, yeah, Tim Duncan. And I was surprised about that, too, that he wasn't selected.
Tim Duncan's not on that. But who's taking Kobe's spot? Which will be interesting to see. You know?
Chris Paul made it.
Now look, Andrew Browning is in the house now. Chris Paul made it, yes. Nice, but that's, I guess, maybe Chris Paul, huh? Who knows?
Yeah.
But he's been there 7 times. It's going to be interesting. Scotty Brooks is coaching the West, and Frank Vogel is coaching the East. Vogel coaches the Pacers. Brooks coaches the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's better. You know what? That's easier to say than the New Orleans Pelicans. What a joke that team is. Hey, how about the Knicks? They've been playing pretty good lately. They won 4 in a row. They smoked Cleveland last night. And I do believe they beat your Boston Celtics the other day, too.
Well, expected. I really have no comment. I'm disappointed with the way the Celtics are playing. But you know what? I'm just trying to make it quick because I lost sports out of proportion. I knew it was going to be a long year. That's all I can say.
It's going to be a long year, man. And it stinks.
It's rebuilding.
Kind of stinks to be a long year, doesn't it?
It happens. You have your good years and you have your bad years, but I don't give up on the Celtics.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you see the Pro Bowl last weekend? Did you watch that thing?
Just a few seconds of it.
Okay, so the few seconds did you watch, did you happen to see the broad that ran on the field?
No.
Okay, there's a video out there that with a broad, because during the football game, a streaker ran on the field. She was wearing a bikini top and a pair of short shorts. She wasn't naked. Okay, with black socks on and I think black shoes on. She wasn't naked, and she was going around, running around with a like a towel, like it was a cape. You know, it was pretty freaky. Anytime somebody does that, they usually get arrested and all that, right?
I've seen some games where they're in the run on the football field.
Well, she got the exact thing. It said, I did it for Gary. Okay? She has I'm trying to find it here in the article. I'm looking at it. A friend of hers is in the hospital in really bad shape, in a coma, can't speak, and stuff like that. So she did it for a friend of hers in New Mexico. Okay. The guy's name is Gary. It's her cousin. Okay. Put a smile on her face. Normally, she would go to jail, and she was all ready to go and everything like that. But after the security guards caught her, Deion Sanders heard about the story and came to her rescue. Deion Sanders came running behind us, and he's like, hey, don't arrest her. That was really cool. Just don't arrest her. If you arrest her, I'm going to bail her out. She did it as a tribute to her cousin who can't speak, who was in a car wreck, I believe it was. I'm trying to find it really quick. According to Torres, her cousin Gary is watching the whole scene on television from his home in New Mexico. Thought he was, though he is unable to speak, it was clear as he was moved. He was just smiling a lot, and he was just fist pumping. So he enjoyed that, and that, she did it for her cousin, who's, pretty much in a wheelchair, in a coma, and in a wheelchair, can't speak. It was pretty cool. And Deion Sanders, made sure that she didn't get arrested for it once he found out why she did it, which was pretty cool. And I just wanted to bring that up. Did you
hear about that? Pretty hysterical, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, man. I thought it was pretty cool when I saw
Something
it.
to that.
Yeah. So okay, let me read this. When Karina Torres hopped a wall and ran onto the Pro Bowl field Sunday night, she wasn't doing to seek attention for herself. Rather, Torres told a Honolulu television station that she was doing it to put a smile on the face of her cousin named Gary, who had been paralyzed in a motorcycle accident and always dreamed of attending the Pro Bowl. So that's why she did it. There you go. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Hey, let's get to an update. This update is brought to you by Keurig.coffeemachines.com. For all your Keurig coffee products, head on over to KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Brewing perfection one cup at a time. That's KeurigCoffeemachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the only update of the day.
Thanks, Jeff, and welcome everybody to the bottom of the hour. 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 4:30 p.m. on the West. It is the last day of January, the 31st of January, 2014. New York Islanders at the New York Rangers right now in the first period. It is 1-0 New York Rangers over the Islanders. The St. Louis Blues and the Carolina Hurricanes, they are tied at 1 with 8 minutes and 9 seconds in the first period. There are 3 games. You got the Washington Capitals at the Detroit Red Wings, the Jersey Devils at the Nashville Predators, and the Vancouver Canucks against the Winnipeg Jets. For tomorrow, there will be 11 games on tap in NHL. Oilers against my Bruins, Tampa Bay Lightning at the Montreal Canadiens, Buffalo Sabres against the Colorado Avalanche, Philadelphia Flyers against the Los Angeles Kings, Ottawa Senators against the Toronto Maple Leafs, Florida Panthers against the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Nashville Predators against the St. Louis Blues, Pittsburgh Penguins against the Phoenix Coyotes, Minnesota Wild against the Flames, Dallas Stars against the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, Blackhawks against the San Jose the NHL. NBA, as you all know, big headline. This is the last night for as commissioner, so the end of an era. The NBA commissioner for 30 years took over for Larry O'Brien, who stepped down in 1984. He's covered a lot of big events. He's made changes. Best of luck, David Stern. We do have games tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks against the Orlando Magic in the first quarter. It is 26-16. The Magic over the Bucks. The Atlanta Hawks taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Minnesota Timberwolves. Again, coming in 27 minutes. The Oklahoma against the Nets. Nets have been playing good basketball of late. Sacramento Kings against the Dallas Mavericks. Toronto Raptors at the Denver Nuggets. The Charlotte Bobcats against the Los Angeles Lakers. Warriors take on the Utah Jazz. This concludes game 4 for Friday. New week coming. Real your update. Of Sports World Radio. FS.
That update was brought to you by KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. For all your Keurig coffee products, head on over to KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. Bring perfection one cup at a time. That's KeurigCoffeeMachines.com. All right. So, what is retiring?
Yeah.
Of baseball?
Yeah, he retired that today, and Young is also retiring from Major League Baseball. So, Baltimore.
Yeah, tomorrow. And Mr. West, your is big Baltimore Orioles are very hard to sign him. Yeah. To the Baltimore Orioles. You know why? Baltimore a better team.
Ooh.
You gotta win.
Oh, the Penguins, the Pirates have been talking up, and the way
There's no way to do that's gonna happen.
You were up. Well, yeah, Jeff. If that would have happened, you said there would have been no Sports World Radio if the Pirates would have won.
Ain't gonna happen. What's your next topic, buddy?
Okay, so that's the news from MLB. The other news coming from Major League Baseball: the Cubs have signed Jason Hamill.
Who?
Jason Hamill is going to the Chicago Cubs.
Who?
Jason Hamill. He was with the Rays and the Colorado Rockies, and most recently he was with the Baltimore Orioles. So the Cubs made a move today to get Jason Hamill to try to improve their pitching, as we are just a few weeks away from spring training.
You know who's not signed yet, and I find it kind of odd?
Who?
He's a really good pitcher. He's with Cincinnati last year, Arroyo.
Bronson Arroyo? Yep,
Yeah.
I've been hearing that he hasn't found a new destination.
No, and he's a little upset about it, too, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all, man. And he blames the Tanaka dude. Because all these teams are going after Tanaka, $155 million. Guy's never played a freaking second in Major League Baseball, and they're giving him all this money. And Bronson over here is 8-10 years of experience, still got a great arm, still a really, really good pitcher, and nobody's even sniffing up his hole.
And Arroyo's won a World Series.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing. You know what? I also read in the article, it could be a good thing, too. The more he waits, and spring training happens, and he's not with a team, and a pitcher goes down, teams are going to become crawling, and it might be good for him because he'll say, hey, listen, I want more money. You want me, you got to pay now. And that's what I would do.
Yeah, just continue to be patient if you're Bronson Arroyo. Somebody will come out and eventually sign you or
I like to see
like
the I like to see the Padres go get him. I really
Padres
would.
are a possibility. And if I could go back to Tanaka real quickly, the fact that he signed, okay, but the big question is, will he be good or will he be a bust? You know, there are a lot of people who come from Japan that sometimes have done very well and won World Series championships, but sometimes other Japanese players who go to the MLB don't do very well. They're a bust and they're not very productive.
No, I agree with you. Nobody knows how this kid Tanaka's going to do. For all we know, he could throw 3 pitches and be done.
Yeah.
We don't
And
know.
I think with that AL East, it'll still be, don't want to get too much into standings and talk about too much about the teams until we get there. Season hasn't even started yet, but it should be a good one as always. And everybody will be saying, okay, the Yankees made their moves to be the much improved team, but the big question is, will they be a team that'll stay healthy and be good? Remember, they did lose their bullpen season.
Hey, are you upset that Pittsburgh didn't make any splashy offseason acquisitions?
Wes, that will not happen with David Ortiz. You better keep your mouth quiet.
David Ortiz is this is gonna be his last year as a freaking Red Sox. I hate to tell you that.
Disagree. I don't see it happening because he wants to stay.
How much you want to
Red
bet
Sox
me?
obviously want to keep him.
How much you want to bet me?
I'm not going to bet you, Jeff, because I know Ortiz is a Red Sox for life, and he will stay in Boston.
If the Red Sox don't keep him, you have to wear a Padres hat, put it on, and post it on your Facebook page. And if the Red Sox keep him, I'll do it with a Boston hat.
No bet, Jeff. No
Come
bet.
on, it's just a picture with a hat on your head, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
I'm not going to waste my money on a Padres hat. Sorry about that.
I'll send you one.
No bet, Jeff.
See, now you're not even wasting any money. I am.
Apparently, Ortiz and the Red Sox are already talking. I'm not going to bet with you. I'm sorry. End of discussion.
That's because you're not positive.
It's because
You're
I don't
not
bet.
positive. That's because you're not sure. You're not positive. If you were 100% positive, you would bet on it. Don't tell me any different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to push me and pressure me betting to have my hair
That's-
all going to be just baldy, and I won't. And I have no intention of ever doing that at all.
Well, that's the ultimate slap in the face right there. If Big Papi becomes a Yankee, that would be the ultimate slap in the face to the Boston Red Sox. I would literally laugh my ass off if it happened. I would fall off my chair laughing on the radio, Sean. Saying anything? It could happen.
Will not happen.
A lot of the
There's
Boston,
plenty of time for them to real and get it.
how many Boston Red Sox? You should know this, Sean. How many Boston Red Sox have become Yankees? From the Boston Red Sox to the Yankees. How many have done it?
Big deal.
Big deal. Big deal. I know 3 of them, right? At least 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
David did it, right? And Wade Boggs did it, correct?
Correct.
And whatchamacallit just did it just this year, right? He
Yeah.
just
And then
what's his name?
Ellsbury.
Ellsbury just did it, right?
Yes, Jeff.
And didn't McCall do it too? Eucalyptus?
Yes, Jeff, he did. But he's in Japan now, and he was a bust because he was injured for their
How come
team.
I know this and you don't? And I'm not even a Red Sox fan.
Because I keep it quiet.
Yeah, it's because that's a. You know why you keep it quiet? I think you don't say anything about it because you're ashamed of it. Is that the truth? Look, he's speechless, guys. He's speechless. Finally, after 6 years, I got Sean speechless. Holy, write the date, time down. 42 on January 31st. Okay, what do you say we go to our NBA game? You would like to win?
Yeah.
Okay, let's elimination game going on here. Let's eliminate some NBA teams. What do you say? Hey, you rat bastard, you ready? What's your first team you get rid of?
First team going to get rid of. I just got to find it first.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I got speechless. First time in 6 years. First time in 6 years. We've been doing the show. Speechless. That'd be good. Okay, Sean, what do you got? Who's your first team? What's your first NBA team you're eliminating this week?
All right, the first team, Toronto Raptors.
Toronto Raptors, my friend, huh? They're outdoor completely. They've been totally eliminated by both of us now. Okay, my first team that I am going to get rid of is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yanking them right on out there. Their history.
All right, hold on, Timberwolves.
Hey, nobody else can piss Sean off but me. See, I'm sticking up for you, buddy.
I know.
Nobody else can piss him off like I can. Leave him alone. Hey, you know what Wes says, Sean? At least you both hate the Yankees. You got that in common.
Yeah, I know.
You got that? I just find it funny that a lot of the Boston Red Sox leave and they go play for the New York Yankees. I just find it funny. Okay, what's your next team you're getting rid of?
All right, the next one we get with the Western Conference, Portland Trailblazers.
You're getting rid of the Portland Trailblazers, huh? Even though they're playing really, really good and they're leading in their division, I believe. They're number one in their division. You don't think they have a shot out there in the West, do you? Oh, he's not really talking to me no more, is he?
I don't think they do have a shot. It's possible, but can they beat like the top powers like San Antonio?
They have beaten San Antonio. They have beaten Oklahoma City. Yes, they have. But you're right. Can they do it in the playoffs where they have correct, where they don't have a lot of experience? Correct?
Yeah.
So that's a different situation. The season is one thing. Playoffs is another. You agree or disagree with that?
Agree.
You agree with that? Okay. All right. So Trailblazers is gone from Mr. Shawnee. Okay, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm getting rid of them finally. I'm totally out of the ball game. 100%. They're gone. I don't want to have to hear their name again anymore. The New Orleans Pelicans. Get rid of them. Knock them out. Can't stand that. New Orleans Pelicans. Hey, Somer, I'm still waiting on my damn hat. Still waiting on my Pelican hat, you rat bastard. Speaking of rat bastards, so that's the NBA elimination game. Now we have two more teams that have been totally knocked out, the Raptors and the Pelicans. We're getting down there, buddy, aren't we?
Yeah.
Getting down there. All right. Speaking of rat bastard, as I would go into, it's the end of the month. It's the last day of the month, in fact. And what do we normally do on the last Friday of every month, Sean?
It is the Rat Bastard of the Month.
Okay, what are our candidates for the month this month?
Okay, the candidates are, we got Wes getting upset that his Steelers didn't make it.
Still upset, mind you. He's still pissed off. Go ahead.
Because there was another one we had was a Pennsylvania man who's in prison for dissing Chargers and the firing of the coach from the school, the Bishop Solomon Catholic School Director, Corey, who is the athletic director.
Yes.
That one?
Mm-hmm.
And Don Betts was arrested for, Brown. That was on January 17th.
So we got Wes, Devon Bess.
Yep.
The school that fired the coach for running the score up.
Yep.
Right? What was the other one?
Yep. And then the other one that we have, the final one from last week's show, Rick Sherman for his refusal to answer questions.
Okay.
Remember with Aaron Andrews.
Right. I personally, I want to go to the high school that fired the coach. That's what I'm picking. I want to go with the Catholic high school for firing the coach, for running the score up on the other teams after the school told them not to do it.
My vote is Wes for getting upset that his Steelers didn't make it.
You're voting for Wes?
Yeah, because did you ever notice how upset he got when Pittsburgh didn't make the playoffs? And even in the chat board, he's still upset about it.
We've given him the award several times, haven't we?
Yeah, he says, "Give me the award, I win."
You know what? I don't think that is worthy of the award. Just because you're upset about a team losing, you didn't lose your job over that, Wes, did you? Here, I'm going to put it to you this way. Wes, did you lose your job over the Pittsburgh Steelers getting knocked out of the playoffs? No, you didn't. The coach, lose his job for running a score up on the other high school teams? Yeah, he did.
I lost my mind, though. He goes, "I'm still PO'd, and I still Jeff doesn't know anything about football because of the 3 inches.
I happen to think that you still have your job, whereas that head coach has no way to support his family. I'm going to high school. It's my show. Guess who's winning?
You are.
Damn Skippy I am.
Look what he says. He goes, I broke a lot of things.
Don't matter. You still have an income. You still get to go to work and make money. In fact, I find it kind of selfish that you want the award for getting angry, whereas this guy deserves the award for losing his job for doing something that he loves. Put it to you that it doesn't matter whether you hate work or not, you still have a job. You still have to go to that job and work. This guy doesn't. Therefore, you lose, and that guy loses as well, but he wins the Rat Bastard Award. But the high school that fired him, he gets fired for running up the score. Like it's his fault that his football team ran up the score.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, and he definitely deserves the award that coach does because now he doesn't have any, can't support his family.
Yeah.
Saying, I still seen a bad call. That was a bad call.
But you didn't lose, Wes. Wes, stop being all about me, I. Okay? Think about other things for a change. You still work. You still are able to support your family, thank God. You're still able to pay your bills, thank God. For this guy, big deal, you lost your mind. You can still work. This guy can't work. He can't support his team, his family, and he can't pay his bills. No comparison whatsoever, dude. None. You lose every single time, Wes. Every single time you would lose. Sorry. It's just the way it is, brother. It's the way of the world. So, Wes lost the Pittsburgh Pirates losing out of the playoffs, and now we just lost the Rat Bastard of the Month. Hey, Wes, you're having a great January, aren't you? So, the Catholic high school is getting the Rat Bastard of the Month. They deserve it, my friend.
Yeah, that Catholic school does, and I already got it typed down. Sorry, Wes, you lost the award and stuff. Although you did notice how Wes posted on our Facebooks that he actually got a letter from Roger Goodell, but we knew it was Wes doing it all the time.
Believe that one stinking bit.
Hey, Wes, have you actually talked to him on Twitter, or you've actually talked with him on Facebook, or what?
Wes, if he sends you a letter every year, then you should be able to get him on your radio show.
Yeah, or even bring him here to SportsRadio.
He knows you.
For a live interview.
So don't do none of your hunky-dory crap.
He goes, look, I did 100%.
Sure. If that's the case, then you should be able to get him on your show because he knows you, because he writes you every year.
And he says it's no lie.
Well, then if it's no lie, you should be able to get him on your radio show because he knows you, because he writes you every year. Come on, buddy. Put your money where your mouth is. You know what? Put your balls where your mouth is. Come on. Stop spewing out the garbage if you can't spew out the truth. I want to see him on my show.
He sends a season ticket holder a letter.
So then you should send a letter back to him saying, thank you for this letter. I do a radio show and I would love to have you come on and talk to us about the NFL season. Come on.
Wes, it happened to me, and if I was a Steelers fan, I'd be upset about it, but I probably would be over it by a day or two later. But you went on and on and on the whole month of January.
He's still going on and on and on and on about it.
And tomorrow's February 1st, for crying out loud.
He's going to be going on and on and on about it until the season starts again.
we'll never hear the end of it.
No, of course not. It's the way he rolls, man. What other?
He
You got
sent it back
another
saying
topic for
he
me?
is a
Got another topic for me, brother? Before we get out of here.
good gosh, yes. Another topic we have is let's see. Back to the NBA. If Browning is in the house, the LeBron James apologized for using the word retard. LeBron James of the Heat apologized Wednesday night for using the word retarded while answering a question posed in a pregame interview.
I didn't even hear it.
He goes, James said the word's usage is a bad habit that he's trying to break and that he'll try not to use it again. He goes, quote, I mean no disrespect, James said. The NBA four-time most valuable player opened his post-game interview session by addressing the matter without being asked, especially for a Heat team that lost to Oklahoma City Thunder 112-95 on Wednesday.
Wow. I didn't even hear it, my friend.
And Browning, since we've kind of been roasting each other, Jeff got on me about Ortiz, and he knew I was speechless, but he also knew I was pretty irked about it. Then we get on Wes. Browning, I think your Heat are in a lot of trouble.
Well, what do you expect? Dwayne Wade's coming off the bench now. How about that? Got Dwayne Wade coming off the bench. Holy freaking moly. They're not winning it this year. It's going to the West.
The Western Conference, is way too powerful. And I look at Indiana as a team that has a good chance to represent the Eastern Conference in June.
Hey, you know something? I read an article yesterday that the Knicks should trade Chandler, Schumont, and another player and a draft pick to Oklahoma City for Russell Westbrook and Perkins. That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, and you pretty much know with the first half of the season getting very close to being complete, even though we're a few weeks away, teams that are in contention for the playoffs are getting prepared for the NBA trade deadline. I know, Jeff, you and I will be following that very closely in a few weeks because, when teams are in contention, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to build their teams up, making sure they can compete and be right there all the way to the end.
San Antonio's got a little bit of a problem, man. They just lost Ginobili for 3 or 4 weeks. They got a problem. If they don't watch themselves, you know what's going to happen?
What?
Oklahoma City Thunder is going to be number 1 in that freaking league, man, in the West.
Wes and Browning, you're right. Oklahoma City will definitely be number 1. I think they have a very good chance to represent the Western Conference, and I think a team that could still challenge the Thunder could be the Spurs, but very well Scotty Brooks and Durant are upset because they didn't win the championship in 2012, and they want it really, really bad. They're still hurting because they lost in 5 games to Miami.
The West is just going to beat the crap out of each other in the playoffs, and the East is pretty much just going to fly through. We all know it's coming down to Indiana and Miami in the East, but we don't know what the hell's going on in the West. It's going to be very interesting to see. We got the All-Star break coming up pretty soon. You got a lot of things coming on in February. Sunday, you got the big game. Tomorrow, we have our NFL Real Talk, 7 p.m. on the West Coast, 10 p.m. on the East Coast, right here on Sports World Radio, so join us for that. Don't forget about that. We're going to talk nothing but football on tomorrow's show.
And I was going to say tomorrow, and Browning and Wes, I hopefully would like to see you two here for the NFL Real Talk. Tomorrow, Jeff and I will be giving out our top 10 for the Super Bowl quarterbacks of all time. And don't just think that you should just put
it's not
your
Super Bowl
quarterback.
quarterbacks.
You got to make sure it looks really good in a good order.
It's not Super Bowl quarterbacks.
Yep.
It's quarterbacks of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Not Super Bowl quarterbacks, Sean.
Not be like a homer, like
No,
me saying
Sean.
Brady's number 1. No, that would be
Sean.
dishonest.
It's not Super Bowl quarterbacks. It's your top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
I was rephrasing it.
Okay, not Super Bowl. I don't care about the Super Bowl, top 10 Super Bowl quarterbacks. Top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah,
okay?
That's what I was.
Right. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. We're going to make our picks for the big game on Sunday. We got a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about some Dallas Cowboys stuff tomorrow. We got a lot to get to tomorrow. So join us for our NFL Real Talk tomorrow. Until then, my friends, that is Sean Mann. I am Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio. Remember, You only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. Have a great Friday night. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty soon?